On March 10, 2008, Tyler moved from the west coast of BC to Ontario. The very next day, he was hanging out with friends in Sarnia, Ontario. He now finds himself in a coma. When he wakes up, if he wakes up, he'll have to learn how to walk and talk all over again. October 30th, 2015.
In 2008, I moved to Ontario from British Columbia. I was moving here to go to school to be a firefighter. I came a little early because I had to spend more time in Ontario to become an Ontario citizen. I then went out the night after I got here and I was hit by a drunk driver as a pedestrian. Time pretty much stood still for me. Everything kind of went slow. I had short-term memory loss. I was paralyzed on my whole right side, and I didn't remember anything an hour before and about 5 days afterwards. So I woke up from my little extra sleeping time, my coma in the hospital, and ironically enough, it still haunts me to this day. The first thing I thought of when I woke up, I knew who I was, didn't understand where I was. The first person I asked for was Sarah, which was my ex-girlfriend through high school that I dated for about 5 years. It still sticks with me. It's weird. It's been almost 10 years since we dated, but because of that incident and what happened when I first woke up, always is kind of there in the back of my mind. But I still didn't understand why I was there. I tried getting up because nobody was in the room with me, apparently, and I fell. I was paralyzed on my whole right side of my body, so I could only use my left side. Trying to move, only my left side of my body worked, so I kind of went in a circle, and the whole whoop, 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 whoop. No pictures were taken apparently because my grandparents didn't allow that, and to this day I still regret my mom not taking those pictures. It's a little difficult when you have a brain injury. You don't remember anything. I didn't remember anything 5 minutes from when I got hit to a week after I was hit. So after the accident started, I was in Sarnia getting all my rehab from people from London, and they were traveling to Sarnia to see me. I was living with my grandparents. All my family lived out west, so I couldn't necessarily move out there with them. I had a lawsuit going on, so I couldn't leave the province. Well, I could, but it would be a little difficult. So I decided to stay in Ontario. Lived in Sarnia for a couple years, but it was difficult. It was a lot of money being spent unwisely for my rehab therapist to come from London all the way to Sarnia. I had 7 different people on my rehab team, speech and memory, psychiatrists, physios, mental. I had so many rehab people. It was smarter if I came to London. So in 2010, I moved from Sarnia, moved to London, so all my rehab was closer. 28 years old, not at the place in life where I wanted to be. I moved to Ontario to be a firefighter. Obviously, with the brain injury I received, I'm not able to be a firefighter. Every kid has that dream, at least I did. 6 years old, you get to see the red fire truck go down the streets, or you get to go for meet and greets at the fire station, and everyone wants to wear that helmet and get on that red fire engine and help people. That's the big thing. I'm a big fan of helping people. It's what I wanted to do. And once I woke up in that hospital and I kind of realized where I was, it took a bit. I kind of realized that that dream was over. I worked hard the first 20 years of my life to get to who I was. Trying to turn it around and doing a 360, that was really heartbreaking for me. I don't know what I want to do, but I can't continually say I don't know what I want to do, because soon enough I'll be 30, then I'll be 40, and who knows where I'll be when moving forward. So with this whole commentating business, it's all I know. It's the only part of me from my old life that I can still be okay with today, is what I know about hockey. I may not be able to play it anymore, but I can tell you what's going on, what they should be doing, what they're not doing. Now, with my injuries, am I good at expressing what they do well enough? That's what I'm still learning, because I'm not the greatest speaker of finding words quickly yet. But over time, I've only been doing this for TV for 1 year. I haven't even been on TV for a year yet. But no, I would like to continue doing this, but at a higher pace. I would love to do this for London Nationals. I'd like to get paid for it. It doesn't have to be $1 million job. It doesn't have to be a 6-digit job. But just being part of society, making me feel like I'm a regular person again. And that's what I'm trying to strive towards. Everybody looks at me and thinks I'm normal, but I have to get through the fact that I keep looking myself in the mirror, noticing that I'm not normal. And that's the hardest part, is to get through that. And hopefully with the help of everybody, a little bit of time with me kind of working through my issues, I could do this forever. So after my accident, I was trying to find a way to express myself, I guess you could say. I've always wanted a tattoo, but never really had a reason to get one. My tattoo is a couple things together made into one. Life and death. And it's forged together because you really don't know when life will start and death will then start. And really showing you with the image of the tattoo how on one side of the street you're living and you're alive, you flip it around and it could easily be death on the other side. And life is that quick. It can change in an instant, just like my tattoo. 1 second you're on one side and you're experiencing one word, and the next second you could be on the other side and have a completely different meaning. And that's kind of how my life got turned upside down. 1 second I'm going one way, another second I'm going the other way.